Okay, this video is for the Walther PPX pistol, and it is going to cover reloads. And this is going to cover mainly combat style reloads because at the range it's not really that big of a deal. But you might as well practice these same ones at the range. There's not really any reason to need to do them in any other real format. There's maybe a couple of places that you point the muzzle while you're doing them, but more or less they're the same thing. So the couple of types of combat reloads would be related to like the two types are administrative, and then you have emergency. So administrative is where your pistol was, we're just going to imagine this one has been loaded. So this one is obviously unloaded, but we're going to pretend it's loaded. So you're firing and you get to the point where you decide you need more ammunition and you want to, and there's a pause in either combat or at the range or whatever, you decide to reload. So the administrative reload is to ensure that you never run out of ammunition while you're firing. So it'd be like an unintentional thing to run out of ammunition. So from the shooting position, you would come back into your workspace for a reload. This way you have better control over the pistol. You press the magazine release either with your thumb or maybe your other thumb. I tend to do it just with my shooting hands because it happens to be attached basically to my pistol. So you press the magazine release button right here, and you can see the magazine would fall out. You retain that magazine, you stick it wherever it goes. You reach for your secondary magazine, and this is where magazine carriers are kind of nice. You can reach and get these magazine carriers, and note that my magazine carrier carries it doesn't have ammunition in it, but it carries with the bullet tips facing forward. So when I grab that magazine, it is in fact ready to index into the pistol. It seems backwards. It should be pointed the other way, but in fact that would turn your wrist the wrong way. So the way that you grab the magazine, when I pull it up, it's already ready for a quick insertion into the pistol. So a administrative reload would stow the original magazine that has maybe some ammunition left in it. It goes down into your pocket. You've stowed it. It's on the bench, whatever it is if you're shooting at the shooting range. And then you reach for your reload. It is a magazine full of ammunition. You can feel it. You can feel the tips of the bullet on your index finger as you've pulled it out. So you can feel that it's heavy and you know it's loaded. You index it with the pistol, with the magazine well. So I usually rock it into place, and that rocking I can align it this way, and then I align it the forward backwards secondarily. Insert it hard, and you're ready for action, ready to shoot some more. So you now have a fully loaded pistol. You'd have one in the chamber because the last one loaded in there, and the magazine is full. So you, in this pistol being 9mm, it would have 17 rounds in it total. So the second magazine change is the emergency reload. So the pistol, true combat pistol, is designed to lock open on the last shot to indicate that it's empty and to facilitate reloading. So this one, you can see, is just dead empty. So I have an empty pistol. For the emergency reload, the object would be to remove the magazine that is empty, and according to your directives, you would either stow it or drop it just right on the ground. So you press the magazine while you're reaching for a new magazine, or press your magazine release button while you're reaching for a new magazine. So what happens is I'll pull this back into my space, remove that magazine, right? So emergency reload, I remove that magazine, I'll stow it or drop it on the ground. I'm going to take and stop for just a moment to get a dummy round in here because it will look more like it looks when you're loading with real ammunition. So I've dropped that magazine, or I stowed it, the empty one. I grab for a new fresh magazine, index it, insert it. Then I come over here and it's really just like the regular loading procedure when I started the day. Retract the slide. That actually allows the slide lock to drop out of the way. When I let go of it, the pistol is now loaded and I'm ready to shoot again. Okay, so that's for combat deal. With combat deals, you check to see if the chamber is loaded basically by pulling the trigger. The reason for that is there's not much time and you're not going to be able to focus to look into the chamber to see if it's loaded, you know, if rounds are incoming or if you're timed on the clock for competition. So those two types of reloads, you have the administrative reload, right, with the gun that's already loaded, and then you have the real quick, you have the emergency reload. So you're firing along, the pistol is empty, you drop that magazine or stow it, you get your new fresh magazine, insert. Okay, so those are the two types of reloads.